Hello, welcome back to Blender and Live Coding. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to create like the Tetris pattern and tile, just like what I was talking about in the previous live coding. So we're gonna start from scratch and we're just gonna jump into it. I will do like an improvisation here. I don't have anything in preparations. We know that we're gonna start with a grid and then we're gonna draw like a kind of like a Tetris pattern using grease pencil, and then we're gonna generate the Tetris block that way. So let's save this real quick. SV Tetris and start with a grid. Plane MK2, and we're gonna draw our grease pencil on top of this plane. Let's make this 10 by 10. Actually 10 by 10 is enough, and then we're gonna center it, and let's work this way. By default, actually, if we draw like the stroke, grease pencil stroke on top of grease pencil, it's gonna be hidden behind it unless I just turn off the face viewer. So now we can see the grease pencil. I'll make the grease pencil like a different color, so it's a bit more clear. Okay, I'll make it white, and then I'll start drawing the pattern. So we know that Tetris is made up of this kind of pattern. This is for that like a T-shaped Tetris block, and I think I just keep drawing the L shape, and maybe the long one here, and then this L shape, the block shape. So Tetris pattern is basically like this, and then you can draw it pretty quickly and pretty easily, you know. It's not like a super complex, but if you try to make this kind of algorithm, you know, like using programming language, some kind of procedure, it's gonna be a little bit harder, right? But I'll show you that we can easily trick this. This is kind of one of those quick solution. So I have this grease pencil drawing, and you know, the idea is we're gonna turn the grid into these Tetris blocks using Sverchok. So we have the grease pencil already happening. I'm gonna grab those grease pencil using object ID selector. I'm gonna select grease pencil, get the grease pencil, get the layer, pick a frame, grab the frame one, and I will use viewer draw to check our grease pencil drawing. So we can see the grease pencil drawing as strokes, and we can see there are 16 of them, and we can resample them real quick. Vector interpolation. We're gonna use range float. Between 0 and 1 we want a couple of points only. Okay, I'll make the stroke now a little bit darker. Okay, so I think it's good idea to always resample the grease pencil, otherwise it's gonna be too dense. And by resampling, we are actually saving a lot of processing. Okay, now we have this resampled grease pencil. All we need to do next is just use the select mesh element by location. We are actually gonna be piping the plane data, and then gonna create some kind of mask based on the grease pencil strokes, and the strokes coming from this guy. So the mode should be in the by center and radius, and we're gonna pipe this into the center. And by doing that, I know that we can just use mask vertices, pipe in the plane, and then get the face mask here, and hopefully if I did everything correctly, I should get the Tetris block. Okay, I might be doing everything correctly, but not exactly. Actually, I might need to use list item here, and I'll kind of try to check the result first. So there's something wrong here, definitely. So I have vector interpolation and list item. I want to check this result first. Okay, so we can separate this data from grease pencil. So yeah, I think it should be right. We just need to plug this into the center, and maybe I should use a vertices mask instead of face mask, and control the radius, set it to just one and a little bit out. Yeah, I think this is the correct result. So yeah, this is the first stroke we draw, and then second one, and then continue, and so on and so on, and we get a Tetris block. This is exactly the setup. We are almost done actually. We have see, we have 16 Tetris blocks, actually 15 plus 1, 16, and we can fill this up real quick. Let's see. I'm gonna make like this stroke, and maybe do this and do this and the long one. So yeah, I'm pretty good with Tetris actually. This is so I think we fill up this grid pretty evenly now. Now the next thing we do is just to make this flat pattern into like a 3D. So let's use just extrusion. I think extrude region should do the job. Extrude it along normal. Give it a 1 unit, and I think we are done. So that's a 3D block, and if you like, of course, you can use a frame. There are many ways to do this. You can, if you want all the Tetris blocks to kind of appear at the same time, you might need to vectorize this setup. Maybe turn it into monad or something. I'm really not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do like the funny way. It's kind of like I'll bake it. I'll try to bake it using animation nodes. You will see real quick. So we know that if we hit bake, it's gonna bake the thing, right? I might need to fix the pivot as well, but we don't need to worry on that. Actually, maybe vector drop can do that. I think vector drop is actually dropping the matrix, and it's center the object. But it seems to change the position as well. So actually, never mind this. I'm just gonna do like the baking thing. Save as new blend file. I'm gonna do the baking using animation nodes, like I said. So the process is just these operations here. bpy.ops.node Sverchok mesh baker. I'm gonna copy this. Gonna switch to animation nodes. Quickly create a script node. Place it here. Paste the script in here. This we have to be careful here. Don't run. Turn off always, and then only run the script when the tree change or the frame change. So this script will actually run every time. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'll create the nodes. This is like a bake Sverchok mesh. Every frame update, this will bake Sverchok. So, and let's do that. There seems to be this thing got halted somewhere there. Well, okay, that's pretty interesting. I don't know what's going on here. There's an error message. Select mesh by location. Index out of range. Maybe I skip a frame or something. Well, anyway, at least we managed to bake all of this. Yeah, never mind. Maybe I did it too fast or something. But we managed to bake this, and I'm gonna create a ambient occlusions and then matte cap. Well, I guess that's not too bad, I think. Anyway, that's how you kind of make this Tetris pattern. The whole thing is kind of procedural, but you actually help the creation here. So it only takes us like a few seconds to generate this pattern, and that's good. That's a good thing about like a human brain. It's so easy to generate pattern, and you don't actually, if you want to make like a bigger one, you can just reuse this same block and maybe just rotate it or something just to make some kind of randomization. But at least you get this the first setup. Yeah, I think that's one way you can approach procedural pattern and tiling. Of course, there are many other ways, and there are many like math procedure and clever algorithm to do this kind of thing. But that's how I like to do it using Resample and do it in Blender with Sverchok add-on. Okay, thanks again for tuning in to this live noding. If you have any comments or feedback, suggestion, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.